I gained almost 2 pounds this week, but I did the 60-hour fast because I was up like 12 pounds on Sunday. So
That's a big week.
I had my first meal. Because last Wednesday I was off. Here we go. I stole this. I started off hot.
Yeah.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 971 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, I've got 3 bad ones, maybe some more tobacco bans, and one good one in the cup of coffee in the big time. So,
what do they want to take away now?
More tobacco, potentially, Wes. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Mark has some hilarious drunk science and sex stories in the TikTok International Moment today.
That's right. I wish they were all together, but they're separate. Those are 3 separate things. Yeah.
Funny, and those topics, I cannot wait. Wes has some face fucking to finish us off.
That's right, Will. That is right.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
What a treat. Yeah.
It is a treat.
Man.
Hope no one had kids in the car.
Yeah, face fucking, huh?
Usually the first 5 minutes is tame. Shit.
Somebody just run down the volume knob real fast. Speaking of the SIG ban, fellas, I was chatting with a listener on Twitter. Pretty sure the Orca tattoo is going to now have maybe at least a cigarette, maybe a hand-rolled cigarette / joint, but it's going to be smoking now. Orca's,
I'm excited to talk about the new ban because I think, we need to make a few things clear. I don't think Wes and I are super pumped the government is banning things. We just think that cigarettes are, they kill a lot of people.
They've killed. I mean, I'm sure everyone
more than anything in the world.
Everyone knows someone that's died from cigarettes.
It's really big tobacco that should have done something, not the government, but they never did. Anyways, I digress.
That's right.
Yeah. Tobacco bans will not die today. We'll talk about them again. Anything Hive Hour out now on patreon.com/hardfactor. Please share our videos. We work really hard on them. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat now too.
Likes and comments help the algorithm. If you think they're stupid, you can type in, "Hey guys," or "funny video," or just give it a like and a comment. That helps.
Or just one emoji.
Right.
Just one, like a handshake emoji. There's somebody on YouTube every day.
It'll get sent to a bunch of new people that will then become Hive members.
Anything.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything at all. Yeah. Just tickle our balls a little bit, before Wes face fucks you at the end of the episode.
Right.
That's right.
Get ready.
We're all getting face fucked. Trust me.
Oh,
interesting. Anything else, fellas?
No. Let's do it.
Let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Here today, usually gone tomorrow. It's the top trending stories at the time of taping, but also a fun fact today from listener EB Mara. And here is a picture I'm going to show you, fellas. For the listeners, just describe what that picture is. It's an astronaut, right?
It looks like that movie where was it George Clooney that floated away in space?
Right.
Look at George Clooney in that movie.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's an astronaut all on his own.
Yeah.
Floating over space or floating over Earth in space. And it looks like we're never going to see him again.
Yeah, right.
That's a tweet. And the text of that tweet says, perhaps the most terrifying space photograph to date, astronaut Bruce McCandless II floats completely untethered away from the safety of the space shuttle with nothing but his manned maneuvering unit keeping him alive. I guess that's oxygen and thrusters. The first person in history to do so on February 7th, 1984.
Wow.
NASA.
What a psycho.
In 1984, he did that.
1984.
You know who's going to do that in 2023 is Tom Cruise for his space movie. He's going to demand.
Yes.
He's going to demand.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's nuts.
I think I would definitely shit myself or piss myself if I was in his boat. But he's probably like a trained professional.
Is that like the ultimate like free beer at a bar one up story like
you were the first guy to go untethered in
If you
space.
have that picture, yeah.
Yeah, that trumps like shark bites and stuff
Hey,
like
that's
that.
me.
Like,
Trumps anything.
That trumps anything. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, maybe like the guy who shot Bin Laden. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's
tough to prove,
yeah.
though. It's tough to prove. I wouldn't believe anyone who told me that.
The picture.
If they were like, "That's me," I'd be like,
"That's
yeah,
me
okay.
in the picture." It could be
Yeah, sure.
anybody.
Okay,
that's true.
Yeah, but if you offended him to the point of a fight, he's gonna kick your ass if it is him. That's for sure.
I mean, he made it through space alone. That's pretty. It's pretty impressive. In 1984, no less. Nice job, Bruce McCandless II. All right, let's move on to the trending news. As I said, all bad ones in the honorable mentions. So let's try to make them as quick as we can. Not linger too much. First up, cigarette bans. Just kidding. Lil TJay. We're not talking cigarette bans first. Lil TJay. He's
he like
undergone.
Rap about Charlottesville.
I have no.
No,
I don't know if it's after Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
I have no idea who Lil TJay is, but he's undergone surgery after being shot in New Jersey, and we wish him and all other gunshot victims a speedy recovery right now. Yeah. Don't know anything else about that article at all. 6ix9ine supposed to have be back on the street. Rap news.
Do we wish him a speedy recovery though? Is he? Do we know?
I
he's
have
a good
no
guy?
idea, man. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Wes. I'm just doing the generic well wishes.
Well, what's up with 6ix9ine not getting shot since he's a snitch?
He's in a ski mask. He's emerging into public. People are snitching on him that he's in public, I guess.
Right.
I mean, I don't know anything really about rap news. So I was just including it because it was trending heavily. I mean, you wouldn't believe how hard rap news trends. I mean, it's there
are a lot of rappers that we don't know because we're like
Lil TJay's number one right now.
Never heard of Lil TJay in my life.
Right.
Lil TJay, number one.
Exactly. We just we're classic rap. Is it Biggie? Is it Tupac? Is it we know all the old stuff.
Much Biggie today.
Big Boy.
Yeah.
Outkast.
Outkast.
Yeah. Listen to some.
We're out of touch. Right. I mean, I'm out of touch with all new musicians in every genre, but certainly, yeah.
Right. So moving on, we'll make it quick. Lil TJay. I mean, it's sad. It's bad. He got shot. Wes again. I'm not sure. He's recovering. Let's just put it that way.
I don't want him to die. Okay. I don't want him.
Yeah. I mean, no. Right.
Why was your first question? Did he deserve it?
Well, because he might have. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Just checking.
I don't want him to die.
I was about to say we're a pro-life.
He got shot.
I was about to say we're a pro-life podcast, but then I realized you can't say that. What would you have to say? You'd have to say we're pro-life if somebody is alive. Other than that, it's your opinion, and we don't want to get into it with you. And we're pro-life of living people. Is that what you can say?
Yeah. Yeah. We're very pro-living. By the way, I was on the highway today, saw a car with lights on it coming fast as fuck in my rearview mirror. And it was a organ donor ambulance that almost caused an accident because it was just weaving in and out of traffic because they just stole
he's good
organs.
at his job.
They just stole organs out of some poor bastard, and they had to get it to the new guy. So
they were just thinking, not me.
Not me. I was like,
what
wasn't
Wes, what if it was
some poor bastard just got his organs ripped out of him?
Did you get a peek in the window? Was it the whole skin? Was it?
Yeah, they skinned his ass. I heard that was
they whizzed by me too fast.
Someone debunked the skinning thing. They said they don't take your full skin.
Well, I mean, that's also that's one of those maybe different hospitals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe
there might be some different rules locally
yeah.
on the skinning
for sure.
Burn hospitals for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, if you die in a city, you're probably not getting skinned. But yeah, if you're in
you go to some hospitals and they might think about taking the skin.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking the skin, moving on from the rap one, more than 1,000 people were killed in an earthquake in Afghanistan this week. Big time RIP to everybody. Whoa,
that's insane. Is that the law? That's insane.
6.1. I don't think it's the biggest ever, but
I mean the most deaths from an earthquake.
I don't know. There's been a lot of deadly earthquakes, but that's a huge one.
Haiti was huge.
Haiti was.
But wasn't there landslides involved in that?
Right, but I mean the massive, the overall tolls. I think there was one in Alaska that was in a city too. That was probably pretty bad. Horrible, all horrible.
I got
Afghanistan this week, terrible.
1556, 8.0 earthquake, Shanxi, China. 830,000 people.
Holy fuck. Wow.
That's bad.
Okay, well still, I mean, so you put it in perspective, but still RIP to everybody. Yeah. Afghanistan, that's terrible. 1,000 deaths, over 1,000 deaths, one earthquake. Now, let's move on to the worst 69 of all time. Trend 6 through 9 on Twitter when I was checking. You guys can see them there. That's a little preview. It's not great. All four of those. Okay, first up, the Ravens. had one of the toughest weeks of all time as both their current pass rusher
since Marshall's plane crash, right? Since we are Marshall. Oh,
I mean, I don't even know. This is and it all happened on the same day.
Program died.
It was a Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, this is tough. They lost their current pass rusher, Jaylon Sack Daddy Ferguson. Unexpectedly, he died in the prime of his career at age 26. He was found dead, quote, at a residence on the 400 block of Ilchester Avenue at 11:25 p.m. Tuesday night, unquote. Cause of death is still pending, but the police were called to the scene to inspect a, quote, questionable death. So potentially an overdose.
It was called in as questionable. How do they like,
it was called in as a questionable death. Yeah. From a residence, not his, it sounds like. Yeah.
It's questionable because he's like, a 26-year-old NFL player in great shape. So any 26-year-old's probably questionable.
Why did he drop dead? Yeah. Pretty questionable. Jaylon is from Ruston, Louisiana. He played at Louisiana Tech. Sadly, he's a father of 3 children under 5 years old. He leaves behind, and his wife, R.I.P. Jaylon Ferguson. Also on the same day, Tony Saragusa, legendary Super Bowl winning Baltimore Raven defensive tackle, Indianapolis Colt, Fox sideline reporter, and Frankie Cortese from The Sopranos. The Goose.
That's the 25th Hour, I think.
Oh, I looked up pictures for Frankie.
Yeah, it's Ed Norton in the 25th Hour. He plays. Yeah, he's been in a couple things, but I think that was the 25th Hour. He had a hilarious accent.
I guess HBO scrubbed all of his pictures from the internet for Frankie Cortese. But yeah, actor as well. The Goose. He sadly passed away at the young age of 55 to undisclosed reasons. But it was in his sleep, and heart disease runs in the family. He leaves behind his wife, Kathy, and their 3 kids as well. Rest in peace to one of the coolest guys of all time. I lived for him dunking the ball in the bucket of water on the sidelines back in college days, like every Sunday on Fox. He'd like, if it was a rain game, he'd like take a Home Depot bucket and a football, and he would just like stand by the goalposts and dunk the ball in there. And he'd be like, now this is what the ball is going to be like when the quarterbacks try to grip it.
I remember he was your guy. I mean, he was everyone's. He was everyone's guy. Things. He was everyone's guy, but I know you loved him too. That's
a ritual. Yeah, every Sunday.
It's tough. That's
one of the NFL guys I actually knew who it was.
Yeah, the end zone reporter. Oh, man, sad.
He probably was on Stern. I'm sure he was. Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's
a lot of radio.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's a really funny guy. Really, really funny. R.I.P. And the drunkest guy in the NFL, Jim Irsay, owner of the Colts, he tweeted the Goose, Tony Saragusa, has passed away at 55.
People do that.
Are you kidding me?
I'm heartbroken, as is all of Colts Nation. He misspelled his name. Yeah.
There's nothing I hate worse than someone writing a fake tweet, like I'm a heartfelt tweet guy, and then having a misspelling in it. There's nothing I can't.
I'm sure it was dude.
Tony played for the Colts.
I'm sure it was heartfelt.
Tony started his career with the Colts as the owner of the Colts, so he meant to do a heartfelt tweet. But he is an alcoholic, and he didn't edit his tweet, delete that tweet, and put up a new one because he probably didn't even know.
Yeah. Irsay probably didn't. Hey Jim, if you're watching now, you misspelled his name. You're sober this morning. I mean, R.I.P. Goose.
You're sober.
I think the Goose would have laughed though if he saw Irsay fire off like a misspelling.
I think Goose had a few pops with Irsay.
Yeah. For sure.
Don't you think Goose and the Irsay had a few nights?
Yeah, birds of a feather for sure on the booze.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFL, Roger Goodell, more bad news. The honorable mentions are terrible, but the cream of the crop is good, I promise. Roger Goodell dodged questions from Congress about banning Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports from the Super Bowl. So that's bad. But worst of all,
is he not allowed to do that, or they just were trying to bust his chops?
Is Jim Jordan just trying to bust his chops, I think. And he's like, I'm unaware of the situation, blah, blah, I'm stalling. Right. And worst of all for the NFL, Dan Snyder, owner of the Commanders, Washington Commanders. His sexual assault allegations from 2009, the details have been released. He had paid $1.6 million to silence the accuser, but all these new NFL investigations into the Commanders are bringing it back up because, they're accused of more sexual harassment. And this is a quote from the ESPN article. It says, the woman accused Snyder of asking her for sex, groping her, and trying to take off her clothes in a private partitioned area of the back of a team plane during a return flight from a trip to Las Vegas. So dirty dog, if true, right?
The Commanders is having a run since Snyder's joined, the likes like that has not been seen since like the Vatican back in the day, like in the 90s and 80s.
That's on top of the limo one that we've covered, of course, from that was like the woman who went and testified in front of Congress, where he tried to force her in the limo at the party. Of course, they deny it. The Commanders all deny it. The NFL probably never fire this clown, but like, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm a big Commanders fan, so I've just kind of accepted, like, kind of like the federal government, both parties, right? Like, it's all in DC, and I'm powerless to change anything about the ruling class, who all suck a bag of dicks.
And most of the headlines about them are bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The NFL's a bunch of dirty dogs,
They are.
A lot of dirty dogs.
Dirty dog. Who had that boat party? Was the quarterback?
That was the Vikings.
Yeah, he went to the Vikings, but he used to be a Commander back in the day. Then he went to the Vikings and had a boat party. I forget what his name is, but the Vikings went on the boat party. Yeah.
Which guy are you thinking of?
I think he was an ex-Redskin, and then he went to the Vikings. Then he had
Fred Smoot.
Yeah, I think it was Fred Smoot.
Yeah, Fred Smoot was Smoot and Snyder probably had a few cigars. I mean, Snyder, he's like runs a boys club. He had like Cooley and Portis and all those guys. Like he would definitely like take care of. I mean, it's just
Cooley was dating all the cheerleaders. They're all dating the cheerleaders. I mean, yeah.
It is what it is. If you live in that area in Northern Virginia where the team's like facilities are headquartered, you've heard rumors ever since Snyder came in of how it's like a kind of just a sleazy organization.
Right.
And
it's run like a strip club.
Right. I mean, like it's not like it's a fucking secret around the area. Like, and so like, I don't understand why the NFL keeps pretending like, oh, it's going to go away one day. Like, no, that's just his culture. It's going to be there for as long as Dan Snyder owns the team.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see. They'll never do anything though. They're no.
It's kind of shitty of that girl to take the money and then still tell on them.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened.
That's the
I think
move
it's like
these days, Wes.
I think Wes, it's part of some
nobility anymore, is there?
Right. You'd think the NBA would stand
these
up.
Women that are getting sexually assaulted they don't honor these damn contracts.
No honor these days.
I hear you, Wes. I mean, you'd think the NDA would stand up, but it didn't somehow. I think it's part of this federal investigation, though. I'm sure once like Congress, because like he's saying he's not going to testify in front of Congress. Congress is like trying to do all this.
Nothing's going to happen to Snyder or the Commanders. Nothing's going to happen to them. Yeah.
Right.
There's so much dirt that everyone knows about each other in the NFL that it would just be a fucking house of cards.
Right. It's like an Epstein situation.
Remember like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, Baylor had like 20 rapes on the football team, and like they all survived. No one got kicked off the team. The program survived. Like the entire team, allegedly like.
Isn't Art Briles coaching again?
Yeah,
Duke lacrosse is okay. UVA
well, Duke lacrosse was debunked. That was not that the woman.
Right, you're
lied.
right. You're right.
The
UVA
woman lied in Duke lacrosse.
UVA was the bad one. UVA,
that was the murder.
Duke lacrosse got screwed, and those kids their college
terrible.
careers were ruined. Those kids got fucked. False accusation.
True,
but Baylor, what's up with that? Yeah.
Whew, man. Yeah. Well, anyways, Dan Snyder, rest easy, because Roger Goodell, the guy that was dodging questions from Congress as well, he's not going to fire you, so don't worry. No. And speaking of Congress and the federal government, as Mark predicted on yesterday's show, we had a little discussion about it. The executive branch is pushing more tobacco and nicotine bans the very next day. Juuls are now, you guys know Juuls, right? Juul pods.
Yeah,
Juul,
and this one I don't support,
vapes.
and I don't understand this one at all.
So we'll discuss it in a second, but let's talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
Juuls are now about to be immediately outlawed in the United States, and that means everywhere else because they're an American company, according to the Wall Street Journal. FDA to order Juul e-cigarettes off U.S. market. Agency has cleared way for rivals Reynolds American Enjoy Holdings to keep selling tobacco-flavored e-cigarettes. So Juul,
so not all vapes, but Juuls in particular.
Juuls specifically.
We all used to use Juuls. I used to love Juuls.
In fact, I don't smoke
cigarettes
now very much because of Juuls. My cigarette smoking went down considerably as soon as I found Juuls.
We're gonna have to talk about that because that pushes people to cigarettes if you get rid of them, right?
Right. So for me, it worked. It got me kind of off being a full-time cig smoker and more of like a vape / weed guy. So anyways, it worked for me.
With Juuls?
Well, this report is probably true, even though like the FDA hasn't said anything. Juul hasn't said anything yet, but it's probably true because the FDA has been up Juul's ass ever since banning the incredible mango Juul pods 2 years ago. Literally one of the best tobacco products ever created. And so then there was this whole investigation into are they marketing to kids or whatever. And also shares of Altria, who owns 35% of Juul, fell 7.5% on the news. So people expect the hammer to come down probably today.
I'm surprised it's only 7.5 if they're going to ban.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not completely confirmed yet, but it's probably coming down today.
Sell now. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, you should sell now. I mean, it sounds like it's pretty much. I mean, the Wall Street Journal updated the report and did not back down. They're saying like it's going to happen.
Official.
The FDA is going to ban it. I thought America was about freedom and liberty and stuff like that, but guess not anymore.
But what is the health reasoning for? Is because of the children? Is that what you're saying? It's
they're saying they're marketing to kids. That's what.
Why can't they just let them keep the tobacco flavored ones then?
That's what they were. They that was the step that they did under the last administration.
How does a fruity flavor market towards kids? I don't understand how mango adults don't like mango. Only 18.
No, mango Juul pods were the most consumed by adults.
That's what I don't get that, and I also don't get it because Juuls and vapes have not been proven to cure cancer like whatsoever. So I don't understand. I don't understand why
popcorn lung.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean they could cause something. They certainly
cigarettes I totally get. I don't think the government should be banning cigarettes. I think
just
Philip
wait,
Morris,
Mark. These things will be known.
50 years ago, when Philip Morris and these companies found out that cancer was in cigarettes, and they then added more chemicals and sold to kids, they're the biggest evil. Big tobacco for cigarettes in particular. I don't understand this Juul ban at all.
Look, I mean, as an American, we're supposed to be in the pursuit of like liberty or whatever.
Yeah, but for cigarettes,
you're supposed to freedom. You should have the freedom to do what the fuck
cigarettes
you want.
are the number one most preventable. 50% of long-term cigarettes.
Tobacco is
die.
A plant. We are outlawing. We're talking
tobacco
about
is a plant, but the big tobacco companies put 70 chemicals in that plant that kill 500,000 U.S. people a year. Remove the chemicals. The private.
That's not what they're pushing for. They're pushing.
No, I know because the private companies never remove the chemicals, and they've been killing 20 million people globally a year. 500,000 U.S. No, the private companies, big tobacco, should have fucking taken the chemicals out. 150 million deaths ago in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, they were marketing towards kids with Joe Campbell. Big tobacco, for cigarettes in particular, is the bigger evil than big government.
Well, banning cigarettes is the step that gets you to
because they didn't fucking do anything. The private companies just laughed and profited. They didn't remove any of the fucking chemicals because it's easier for them to make. It's quicker for them to make. It tastes smoother with chemicals. The more chemicals. Look, big tobacco is worse than big government. I'm not backing down on that one. But Juul ban's stupid. The private company should have done something decades ago on cigarettes. Made them safer.
I hope they take away the Juuls and not the cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Well, if they take away the Juuls, everyone's going to smoke cigarettes.
They're going to try to take away all of them.
People are going to smoke cigarettes if they take away the Juuls.
This is what they're doing. Mark announced it yesterday. He's right. They're trying to take away all tobacco, all nicotine. That's what the Biden administration wants to do. I thought America was about freedom, liberty. Guess not. Tried to like Biden with the private companies.
The private companies in America like to kill us, I guess, you know?
The WWJDs, the aviators, in the trash. All right? This guy has lost me. I can't handle it. Maybe I'll move to extremely remote Australia, like this guy, a pub owner in Darwin. You see him?
Yes.
He smacked a crocodile
with a frying pan. That's a big ass frying
saltwater crocodile. One of the most deadly animals on planet Earth.
What is he doing?
Beats him up.
He's not even backing down.
Get out of here, you alligator.
Pretty good, right?
Get me the pan.
It looks like more freedom than we have here. I just wanted to play a funny clip because that was a heavy honorable.
Why don't you get a tattoo of Big Tobacco and Philip Morris?
Well, I just told you the Orca will be smoking, Mark.
Yeah,
don't worry. I'll make sure that it has a nice Philip Morris.
Cigarettes are evil, bro. Yeah. Cigarette companies are evil.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm happy that you got your ban that you wanted. So here we go.
I didn't want a ban, Will. I wanted Philip Morris to. I don't care how it's done. If it's the Supreme Court, if it's the government, it would be ideal if Philip Morris stopped killing people. That would be nice. But that's not what they did. So someone had to step in at some point because people are dying from cancer from the cigarettes.
Slap us harder, Uncle Sam.
I can't. I don't think so.
Moving on to the top story of the day, or
the cream of the crop.
Cash the ticket, everybody. Dirty Attorney General Jason Ravensborg of South Dakota was impeached and removed from office this week.
Nice.
Hard Factor and the Hardo Hive have been on his ass since he killed Joe Beaver that night, September 12th, 2022, and refused to acknowledge it. And here is that asshole making the international news from the BBC. On Tuesday, the Senate convicted Ravensborg for committing crimes that caused someone's death and on a malfeasance charge for misleading law enforcement and abusing the powers of his office. The move triggers his automatic removal from office. The chamber also voted unanimously to bar the prosecutor from holding future office in the state. So sayonara, you sick fuck, Ravensborg. Maybe next time you accidentally kill somebody, fess up to it, you know? Like, what the fuck? Have some common decency.
Oh, those were his glasses in the car. Oh.
Right. His glasses popped through the windshield when he
his
killed
eyeball was in the car.
Yeah. Also, Ravensborg, since you got no more money and no job, maybe follow my predicted picks since I fucking nailed you a couple weeks ago. Also, Lombardo in Nevada. I should have had Petro in Colombia. He ended up winning after I told you everybody to cancel it. The picks are on fire. All double ups. Those were the last 2 weeks. More picks to come next week as June 28th elections are primaries in Colorado, Illinois, Mississippi, New York, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Utah.
Full slate.
Yeah, I'll get some more picks out next week. Definitely hitting a lot of picks. Also,
we're on a roll.
Something to note: all these picks I've lost money on before they hit. So the market has faded me on each one, and then it hit right away. Anyway, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40 for $40 match on your first deposit. Let's ride. I mean, there's not much to say. Let's ride. And with all those winnings, all that green, I'm going to reinvest it right into some more green. Nice. Literally Sunday lawn care. If you're watching youtube.com/hardfactornews, you see me with the bag of Fescue Rescue that I'm planting very soon that came to me from Sunday. It is the cleanest, most reliable lawn care business in the business. Worried about all the chemicals you're using to keep your yard looking its best? Traditional lawn care lays down. You should, because traditional lawn care lays down. Especially in lawn care, 90 million pounds of pesticide each year. Sunday is different, though. Now you don't have to choose between having a beautiful yard and keeping your family and pets out of harm's way. Sunday can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or the nasty chemicals. Their custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn. With ingredients like seaweed, iron, and molasses, you can feel good with kids and pets being around. All you have to do is visit getsunday.com, put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. They then use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan for your property, delivered to your door when you need it. It's going to be perfect, analyzed exactly. They're scientists over there. They know it way better than any of us. Just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray. It takes less than 15 minutes to treat the yard whenever the package comes. Home grass care simplified. And Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129, and you can get 20% off on top of that at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/factor. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/factor.
Nice. One more piece of business for you, and it's Next Evo Naturals CBD. If you've ever wondered whether your CBD was working, that probably means it wasn't. Next Evo Naturals developed Smart Sorb technology, like absorb, get it? And it's clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil. That's 400%. If I'm doing the math correctly, 4 times better, because oil doesn't mix with your water-based body, guys. It works faster too. When you feel stress coming on, you won't waste time wondering, is it working? And I'm just going to take a few here. If you guys can talk for 10 seconds, I'm going to pop some citrus gummies.
Ooh, citrus gummies. Those are delicious. Mark, you'll see how fast he's back because they're so easy to chew and quick to swallow. And the berry gummies are also delicious as well.
Yeah,
Haiti,
go ahead.
222,000.
Ooh, that's tough. It takes about 10 seconds for those 2 gummies, and guess what? It takes about 10 minutes for the CBD to hit. Pretty good. Smart Sorb technology improves CBD's ability to be absorbed, getting in your system, like I said, in as little as 10 minutes. Most CBD oils achieve between 2% and 10% absorption total. That's leaving 90 to 98% on the table, which means, you're not going to get that CBD effect, right? Next Evo Naturals, though, are scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD in a way your body can actually use it and fast. Proven 29 times better absorption in the first 30 minutes. Whoa. Next Evo's all-natural products are backed by more scientific studies than any other CBD brand, developed by experienced consumer healthcare and pharmaceutical professionals. It's vegan, it's GMO-free, it's gluten-free, it's THC-free. They have capsules and gummies. They're derived from 100% U.S.-grown hemp. Stop wondering if your CBD is right for you. Try our Next Evo Naturals capsules, their gummies, their mints, topical creams. You get it. You got it. They're clinically proven to be better absorbed by your body. Get 25% off your first order of $40 or more at nextevo.com with promo code HARDFACTOR. That's 25% off nextevo.com, promo code HARDFACTOR. And look, as you can tell, it's been another hectic week in the States. So why don't we take a trip?
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Got a triple dipple for you today. And they're all pretty ridiculous. First up, an Austrian man is most likely going to have a tough conversation when starting any future relationships because he just contracted what is being described as an extreme case of super gonorrhea.
Don't want that.
Wow. Why did they have to add, like, who
Extreme
declared it
before
super gonorrhea?
Well, I don't know, but then they added, it's a double adjective, right? Extreme super gonorrhea.
It was his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. No, his ex-girlfriend, well, the girl he got it from is not good. He's got it, and he's got it bad, and she's got it, and she's got it bad. It was such a bad case of gonorrhea. It's called super gonorrhea, and scientists ended up publishing this guy's case in the journal called Eurosurveillance, which is Europe's journal on infectious disease surveillance, because they're like, this guy needs to be published.
Yeah, you don't want to be published.
They put his name out and everything, so nobody catches it.
He's like the first case of extreme super gonorrhea in this thing's history, in Europe's history. The Austrian man, who is in his 50s, got the disease after banging a sex worker in Cambodia with no connie. Ooh. And isn't that where they caught that 660-pound stingray in Cambodia?
That's right, the Mekong,
in the dirty river. So you know there's some stuff in the water in Cambodia. There's 660-pound stingrays. There's super gonorrhea floating around.
What an idiot!
Cancel the trip to Cambodia.
A Cambodian whore without a condom. You mean you expect to get super?
Well, when you travel to third world countries,
lucky.
or when you travel to developing nations, I shouldn't say like third world or whatever, but when you travel to developing nations, a lot of times if you are coming from a place where you have like a much better exchange rate, there are going to be women that want to fuck you, right? Because you're like ultra rich in that place.
Oh yeah.
So like the sex trade is so big over there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's just like there is ample opportunity. So I'm sure a lot of these guys rock no connie constantly.
Oh yes, they do, Will, and that's going to be a problem. Unless you're here later. This guy forgot to cap it. Now he's fucked because this strain of gonorrhea resisted every antibiotic the doctors threw at it. They were like Doctor Strange throwing every potion they had at this guy's dick, and nothing was working. He couldn't get rid of the discharge. He couldn't test negative for gonorrhea. He had like the two main antibiotics for gonorrhea didn't work. Then they tried 5 other ones. They didn't work. And apparently gonorrhea in general is starting to become resistant to antibiotics. And they're thinking it's about to become like herpes very soon, where gonorrhea is just untreatable. Gonorrhea affects the urethra, the cervix, the rectum or throat, has symptoms including painful urination, pus-like discharge from the tip of the penis, pain or swelling in one testicle and one testicle only. That's how you know it's not torsion. Increased vaginal discharge and vaginal bleeding between periods. And if left untreated, gonorrhea can cause further complications, including infertility, increased risk of HIV, which he probably has now too, and can potentially spread to other parts of the body, such as the joints.
Is there a solution for super gonorrhea? I mean, you can cure it, right?
Eventually, after like 7 rounds of antibiotics in 2 months, like he tested negative. Like it's just supposed to be gone in a week, and his was like painful discharge for like 7 times the time. Yeah, that's the.
But it could be. Couldn't it just be him though? Couldn't he just be like super susceptible to gonorrhea?
It could be. Maybe they're mad at this guy because he came back from Cambodia with this and brought it home. Because listen to this: to make this a true horror story, they have not traced or contacted the Cambodian sex worker this guy banged. So she's out there.
So she's spreading.
She's out there spreading it to all these European.
Well, what if
men.
that's why Cambodian penises are so small? Because they've all been zapped down by the super gonorrhea.
They might be. It might be to avoid it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a self-defense
mechanism. Yeah. If I go too deep, I'm gonna get gonorrhea.
Not going in there, buddy.
This Austrian guy finally cracked the code.
Yeah, if they did like horror STD stories on YouTube, like they do the horror stories with like the nighttime rainy voice, I would totally listen to them to fall asleep to. Just saying. Next up,
Cambodians?
no, just in general, they do like horror stories on YouTube, like ASMR style, like it's raining, and they tell you like I hope I never meet this person type story, whatever, and they'll tell you like a scary story. There's a bunch of them on YouTube. I'm saying they should do that for STDs as well. I would listen to them at night. Yeah, like just bad STD stories. Yeah,
You could play those in sex ed too.
true. Yeah, but people would fall asleep if you have the rain in the background. Next
but
up,
that's
Watch a
class
Cambodian
we
whore get fucked.
yeah,
Fall
yeah.
asleep, but
We're talking about what we'd watch now. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a sleep class anyway, sex ed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of kids are catching a nap in there. So.
That's for sure. You got to recharge. Next up, have you ever thought, I bet I could breathe in and out of my butt if I had to?
No, because I've tried and it doesn't. I haven't
What?
been able to do it.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know if I've thought about it, but I've seen so many of those like fart on command videos.
What said I've tried? Yeah, like if
Yeah, where the guys
Can't
like
do it.
breathe it in, where
Right,
they like
exactly.
suck in air.
Yeah, that's the king farters are those
yeah,
guys.
well, like,
yeah, the king
you know,
farters.
what if you're like suffocating and you like your face is covered, but your butt has a clear path to oxygen? You know, just,
Or like you're underwater.
Can't do
yeah,
it.
you're underwater, but your butt's hanging out.
Your
a little
head
bit, or
is
you could,
yeah.
You can drink out of your ass too, apparently.
Oh yeah,
you-
you can do.
yeah.
You can do all of it apparently. Why not? You can light your farts on fire, right? So there's oxygen there, and it's certainly a hole. So turns out you can breathe through your ass, guys. A scientist from Japan and the U.S. found out by killing a bunch of animals and testing how long they could survive with just ass breath.
Oh,
Wait, so
Okay,
he
what kind of
covered their
animals?
mouths up and then
Yeah.
he suffocated them all.
Yeah, but they like perked up their butt.
they all died. What,
Yeah.
what kind of animals was this?
Yeah, what kind
Pigs
of
and
animals?
mice. It turns out intestines
wow,
are pretty
pigs,
good at
huh?
getting oxygen in and out, but also a lot better when they aren't full of poop and stuff. To find out if you can breathe through your butt, scientists got a bunch of pigs and mice, put them in a laboratory, and then deprived
Probably
them
can't
of
eat those either because they died in such severe pain that their meat would probably taste horrible.
No,
right,
they
the
went
pigs,
straight to
so.
the incinerator or trash.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, they deprived them of lung respiration and then ventilated via the butthole. So I think you
I
do
mean,
need
come
like
on.
a device.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
They
like
just
ventilated.
put them in.
their
They didn't
butts.
just put them in a room and tie their mouths shut.
Yeah, then they ventilated their butts.
That's a study that shouldn't be done.
No, it's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
That's a study that shouldn't be
Yeah.
done.
There's no purpose.
Who needs to know if you can breathe
No.
through your butt?
Well, you're suffocating these fucking
Yeah.
animals.
I mean,
Glad
like
I
I
know
get
pigs
like
can breathe through their
dissection to like see what body parts existed for surgeons and all that crap. But like what's the point of the butts? Anyways, let's keep going. Some animals had their intestines scrubbed clean, and the others rode dirty. The animals with dirty butts and intestines survived for 11 minutes of butt breathing, while the cleaned out animals
incredible.
survived for an average of 18 minutes. If you have a cleaned out intestine, you're almost double that. 18
but that's so
butt
fucked up.
breathing.
Like, why did they even need to like know that?
Right,
Obviously,
once they got to like 7 minutes, couldn't they have been like, okay, let's let him
Right.
breathe?
also obviously a cleaner butt's gonna work. Like,
Yes, yes.
So
it's
isn't it
just-
based on?
It's just very obvious. It's
Well,
not
certainly
even like,
if the control was the dirty butts and they died at 11 minutes, once they got to 12 or 13, couldn't they have let the
right, the clean
the
butts
cleaned out
could have
ones
lived
live?
at least.
yeah?
So what the oxygen gets absorbed through the skin, and so that's
the
why
intestine.
it's like the blood capillaries or whatever
Yeah.
like the endings or whatever. Like, okay, so that's how it works if it's clean.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh,
So
what
they
a
had the
morbid
information
study.
now. They had this information: 11 minutes dirty butt, 18 minutes clean butt, and then they also had a bunch of dead pigs and mice on operating tables. But they thought, you know what, 18 minutes is good, but I think we can do better. And we still have a few pigs and mice. And they also said scrubbing out these animals' buttholes was not practical. It was really, really hard. So let's try to like clean the buttholes with liquids. So they ended up starting pumping these animals' intestines with different shit. They pumped these poor animals' intestines with oxygen-rich liquids known as perfluorocarbons, and found out that perfluorocarbons really helped with the ass breathing. They lasted even longer.
So
than the
now
yeah.
are they going to shoot perfluorocarbons up like Navy SEALs asses before missions now? Like, what's the point of this?
Right. So no testing has been done on humans or is scheduled to be, and pumping oxygen into the human intestine could be potentially dangerous. But you know what they say?
Okay.
Humans' asses are cleaner than a pig's. That's, generally.
These scientists are fucked up.
Yeah,
That
this
was
is pretty dark.
The scientist that came
Well,
up with that one is a psychopath.
Japanese scientists, you get them in a room, something fucked up's gonna happen. You ever seen like Japanese movies and shit? They get pretty dark.
Okay, we're gonna drown them.
Yeah,
but
perfect.
Yeah.
ass breathing.
You know what would last a long time? You know who would last a long time breathing through their asses?
Who?
Anal porn stars and gay guys, right? Because they clean out their butts before sex.
Oh, true. more colonoscopies.
They have an advantage. I'll be dead in 11 minutes or less for sure because my ass is a mess. It's never
more
clean.
enemas. Yeah.
I'm a goner pretty quick with my dirty ass. All right, last one.
Oh, we all are. We would not. I don't think hard factor. We're well below like the average on how long we could survive ass breathing.
If I go in just a little bit,
below.
I could technically just continue wiping forever if I just go a little bit further in. At some point, I just cut it off. Anyways, last one. Bear with me. Andrew Parker sent this one in, and it's from his homeland, the UK. A 31-year-old man was pulled over for erratic driving in Kirby, Merseyside, which I believe is in Liverpool. And this was late on Monday night, like 11 o'clock-ish p.m. So the 31-year-old ended up being so drunk that he was physically unable to do the breathalyzer. He couldn't even take the breathalyzer because he was just not able to breathe, not able to put his mouth on the thing. And the cops ended up finding cocaine on him and this on the dashboard. A pint of San Miguel beer chilling on the dashboard like it was a luau bobblehead, just for him to drive around with and sip whenever.
I mean,
he obviously put that thing there when he got pulled over, right?
Get a load of that. I don't know. No, they said it was there. I mean, he probably has like a bunch of beers in the car.
Oh, you think, Wes, this is like I started drinking when you pulled me over.
No, I'm saying he had it in his hand.
Yeah.
And then when they pulled him over, he put it on the dash because otherwise it'd spill everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's
the passenger
hilarious.
side of the car. Remember in England.
Oh, you're right.
That's true. So. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he might just leave it on the passenger side and then grab it and then take a sip. It just probably depends.
It is
kind of
wedged up in there, isn't it?
Yeah,
right. It's kind of like he's maybe pretending that a ghost passenger is drinking.
You guys are giving him a lot of credit. He couldn't even take the breathalyzer.
That ain't me. It's the ghost in the passenger seat there.
I'm driving my friend home. There's no one there. The local police posted a picture of this picture and on Twitter and said, "Any idea what made us stop this guy?" ? Get it? The driver was too drunk to provide, and he's been arrested and is now in custody. Another selfish drinker off the roads. Driver off the roads. Yeah. So there you go.
That's I kind of thought in my head that in the UK they just kind of like drove you home.
Let you.
Yeah, they just kind of like followed you home.
But this guy was extreme though.
It's all good, Mike.
Yeah. All right, we'll follow you home. You just get there safe.
I think you're right.
Your wife's gonna kill you.
I think up to about a 0.2, you probably have a grace period there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
you
got to be able to at least humor them and be like, I could take the breathalyzer if you wanted me to.
Right. Yeah.
And then they'd be like, no.
Tell them a joke. They let you go.
Get out of here.
I mean, it's just everywhere. There's alkies that drink and drive.
No, I know.
It's
a terrible thing to do.
And then and it's just like with people that live that lifestyle, it's just a matter of time before they fucking get pulled over.
Or kill someone. Yeah.
Yeah, or worse, right?
This guy, he's only 30.
Hopefully pullover is first. And
this guy's only 31, so he's got a long road ahead of him.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Get help.
Get help. One more piece
and
of
an
business.
And an Uber.
Yeah, get an Uber. They have those over there, right? They have
black
taxis, black cab.
A guy like that doesn't want to get an Uber.
There's got to be like a robot soon that you can even puke on. Like that's how easy they got to make it for drunk people to get home. Like a free robot that you could puke all over, and it doesn't.
Some people, like Mark said, just don't do it. They just love the drive.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
There always will be that.
Well, those are the true alcoholics, like the ones that like refuse to get an Uber.
Oh yeah, the people that every night their friends are like, "Don't drive," and they're like, "I won't."
Because if you think about it, it would cost them
2 seconds later.
Gone,
It would cost them as much as a DUI a month to get Ubers because they'd need them 50 times a month.
Oh no, I've met a billion people like that. I'm not unaware. I'm just they need to get those people the robot things and then like give them some kind of like court appointed card that like gets them on the robot and somehow prevents them from like using their own car.
Yeah.
Well, they have breathalyzer things in cars, but that guy's not having it. All right. Well, speaking of drinking, as you guys know, I'm sober. No mind altering substances over here. I used to take just melatonin to go to sleep, but now I've been introduced to feels. So I pop a melatonin, a little droppy drop of feels before bedtime. And
strong CBD.
And my girlfriend is elbowing me in the back in no time. Right. And it's all natural. So, I feel okay taking it. I don't feel like I'm, messing with my sobriety. It's a premium CBD that will help you keep your head clear and feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. CBD naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction. Again, great for people like me. Place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. In fact, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide you through a personal experience that you find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team is dedicated to making sure you get the best use of their CBD. Joining the Feels monthly membership makes your self-care easy. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. So if you haven't tried CBD and you're struggling with any of those things that I mentioned, anxiety, pain, sleeplessness, it's really worth giving it a shot. And Feels is a great product to try. So become a member today by going to feels.com/hardfactor, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/factor to become a member and get 50% off automatically off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/hardfactor. All right, guys.
Yeah, they even have like a flight. Feels does for when you're like figuring out your perfect dosage, and it's got like the 3 different strength levels. It's really cool. Like, and
it is a cool flight.
It's a unique like CBD style. Yeah,
that's right.
All right, flights are cool. Anytime you get a chance to get a flight, always do it.
A flight is good.
It's true.
Yeah.
Flights are fun.
Yeah.
Demodex follicularum. You ever heard of them?
No, but I'm assuming it's the picture behind you.
Right. That thing looks like I thought that was maybe something out of a Marvel movie.
Video game. What's that video? It looks like Gears of War or like another video game that we. Yeah, it looks like a video game.
Yeah,
character.
like a Gears of War alien or something.
Disgusting. Well, let me tell you guys and everyone listening right now. Tonight, when you go to sleep, Demodex follicularum, commonly known as eyelash mites, will emerge from the follicles of your eyelashes and other hairs and pores on your face. Because like most monsters, they don't like bright lights. So during the day, they hide, waiting for you to drift off into dreamland. And that's when their fun begins. As you sleep, they emerge. And all night long, all they do is fuck on your face.
Come on.
Creating more mites that then burrow in your eyelashes and skin. And again, will fuck on your face. It's a never-ending cycle of orgies. And they treat our faces like we would a nice piece of shag carpet in the 70s. Just fucking all over it. How's that sound?
Oh, it's horrible.
What do you mean?
This happens to every person.
How's that sound?
Yeah, how's that sound?
This happens to every person, Wes.
90%
how
of
do we
people.
stop it? You wash your face with certain face wash at night?
Oh, I'll get to that, Mark. Listen to this scientific shit, okay? The existence of the mite outside the human body is limited, although the exact timing is unknown. The Demodex mite avoids light and buries its head first in the follicles or glands, with only the tail visible at the opening of the eyelash follicle. So you see those little tails sticking up? Yeah. That's what it looks like in your eyelash follicle. Those are the tails of the mites.
Look at the one. He's out and about. The one's ready.
He's out and about. Yeah, he's out and about. So
I got these things.
They burrow down the eyelash follicle.
I'm always rubbing my eyes at night and just putting them in my eye.
Yeah, those are the mites fucking on your eyes, Mark. So the mite burrows down the eyelash follicle to lay its eggs, ingests the gland lining, and using its sharp mouth. Look at this thing. Here's a real close up. A sharp mouth to.
It's got like a head. Its tongue is like its own head with a.
It is a disgusting creature.
Designed as ugly as possible.
It looks like a mean caterpillar. Kind of.
Yeah, super
really mean.
Yeah.
Meanest.
So resulting in this gland lining that they use to like fuck up and plant their eggs. It results in follicular distension and triachiasis, which is when your eyelashes go everywhere. So if you have eyelashes that are like kind of wonky, that's because the mite is deep in there laying eggs and just using its teeth to dig around. So debris generated from the mites accumulated at the root of the eyelashes and is clinically observed as gelatinous cylindrical sleeve or cylindrical dandruff. This is what it looks like. Hang on one second. Ooh. So yeah, that stuff on your eye. This is a bad case of them, obviously, but that's
So if you got gunk at the base of your eyelashes, you got mites.
What do you do? Burn them out?
Well, so here it is. So these are some more. Here's some more pictures. That's a mite tail, high magnification.
That's a big mite.
Again, this is an eyelash follicle, and you can see the mite tails just coming out, 3 to 4 tails coming out of the follicle there. So, I mean, these things are just in there. So these things are about
How do you get rid of them, man?
I'm getting to it, Mark. 0.3 millimeters long, and those mouths not only burrow in your hair follicles, they also eat dead skin to nourish themselves. So, again, this is the teeth that they use. I mean, you two guys are like a bunny ranch for these things with all that hair on your faces and bodies.
I mean,
your bodies are like the sausage castle for mites.
Right. I know I'm full of mites. I'm a little upset with this because I know that I'm a mite guy. I can already tell.
I'm gonna pluck my eyelashes out.
All right. By the way, you might be saying I don't have these things. I wash my face and scrub every day. Yeah, okay, sure you do. But even if you did, it doesn't matter. They live too deep in your skin to be washed out. Sorry, Becca.
Get there?
Even here we go. And 90% of us are hosts, and because they're passed along during breastfeeding. So thanks for the face fucking mites, Mom.
You get
really
them,
appreciate it.
Get them like when you're a week old.
Yeah, because they jump off your disgusting mother's face onto your face.
For life?
You get it. So that's why everybody's got them. Damn. Yeah. So how do you get rid of these fucking things?
Okay, so there's good news. There is good news. I'm not just going to tell you
we got to keep breasts.
We got to keep breasts.
So
yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to just tell you mites fuck on our faces and that's it. I'm a nice guy. Dr. Alejandro Perotti from the University of Reading says we should be grateful to offer the mites a home and have such an intimate relationship with them. Okay,
what?
doctor.
No.
Okay,
no,
sure.
No, we should.
She says, quote, they're very tiny and cute. There's nothing to be concerned about having them. They clean our pores and they keep them flat. So they are actually kind of responsible for smooth skin on your face because they clean out your pores.
Oh, okay, they eat dead skin away.
Right, absolutely. And if that
they're very hungry after the orgy.
Right, they're really hungry
after all that fucking. They need dead skin. Reload
to go eat his face.
Yeah, and if that good news isn't good enough, these things might be fucked altogether soon. In this study of these monsters, it showed that their genetic diversity is getting smaller and smaller, and their dependence on us is increasing, meaning they are at risk of possible extinction. For example, they say the research expected to find the gene which wakes the mites and sends them to sleep but it wasn't present. Instead, the organism detects the lower amount of hormone secretion in the skin while we sleep, and that's what triggers them to wake up. These adaptations are causing this issue. So the more they adapt to us, the more genes they lose, and eventually they will become entirely dependent on us. And because of that, they won't be able to leave our pores and fuck at night on our faces. So eventually they will just not be able to fuck, and the whole species will go extinct. So that's the good news.
Yeah, but
crazy.
But that's not going to happen in our lifetime.
No. But how do you get rid of it other than that? Like
nothing. You can't.
Besides waiting.
You can't.
But some people have bad cases. They obviously don't.
Right.
They treat those. So how do you treat the bad cases to make them not look like they have yellow gunk in their eyes?
I think you just got to clean them off, Mark.
You just got to wash your face as much as you can.
I mean, think about it. Every time, like these mites are on everyone, 90% of people. Anytime you give someone a hug.
What if you got someone to wash your face while you were in deep REM sleep while they're out?
Maybe.
What if you paid someone to wash your face, scrub your face when you were in REM?
Could be, Mark. I don't know.
Yeah, you might get rid of most of them, but what if they just got mad and fucked even harder the next night?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool, though. You know, every night there's an orgy on your face.
That is cool.
More for
tiny little orgy.
Dude, guys in Qatar are
going to
lose their minds.
How do they get?
No, they don't get out of the breast. They're on your mom's face, and then they get in onto your face because you're right there in the mom's tit.
Right, yeah, because you're right next to her face while you're being breastfed as a baby.
Who's the first asshole to get these things?
No, they jumped from like a dog or something. They jumped like onto a human, and then they were like they adapted to humans. And as Wes is saying, it's some other thing that adapted to us, and it's going to adapt to us so hard that it's just going to die because
we got too many microbugs, the bed bugs, and these things.
These things at least give you smooth skin, though. It sounds like you might have some shitty eyebrows or eyelashes, but you got some nice ass skin though. So there's a positive. There's a silver lining.
I mean, hey, if you see someone with real nice skin, you can be like, hey, some good face fucking. You get some good face fucking you got going on.
That's a good pickup line. First tell her she has nice skin, and then tell her why.
Yeah. It's because people are face fucking on you.
You must be getting a lot. You must be getting face fucked a lot.
Do you want to make like the Deso Matrix, whatever they're called, do some 69 in here?
Wow, what beautiful skin you have.
Yeah, I always go for 69 on the first date too.
You going to get mite style?
You into that?
That's right.
Let me examine your mites. All right, you guys ready for the wheel?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, here it is.
Do we know if Pat's on tomorrow?
That's what I was just about to ask. I
texted him. I did text him. He said should be on tomorrow night. I think so. That's not very promising.
Does that mean roll? I'm guessing it's a no.
But I would take him off.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. No, let's roll, and then if he says no, then we'll
okay. I mean, he said
he should be.
We'll see.
But that's a very
Here we
go. He's at the beach, by the way. He's not like dead or anything.
Right.
But remember, if you've been a long time Hardo Hive member,
this is where the conception.
This is where I'm not on vacation. Happy.
And also the baby conception. This is an annual beach trip. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. With Kate's family. All right, here we go. Cup of coffee in the big time for Friday's episode will be Mark.
As long as that wasn't Pat, we should be clear here. We should be safe.
All right, and then I got to remove myself.
You're
I almost messed it up. I'm on the high five. So we got Wes or Pat for the TikTok.
So if it lands on Pat, Wes just slide in if Pat's out. And it
didn't.
So
the wheel knows all. The wheel knows all. As always, it's very wise.
Okay,
very
wise.
Great.
Do you want to put up the lightning and an avalanche and see which one it picks tonight?
Oh yeah, sure.
Wasn't it wrong last time though?
Yeah, but it wanted to screw Pat over. It knew Pat was the only one betting.
Right.
That's right. No one's betting. I don't think anyone's betting. Let's just see if the wheel was. Yeah.
Nobody's betting
this
tonight.
Is before puck drop.
So I got Davis Riley in this week's PGA.
Pull up the score, Mark, real quick. I don't think it's before puck drop.
I think puck dropped 5 minutes ago.
Okay. I don't see the score.
I think they're doing like the national anthem and shit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Lightning or Avs? Who you got, Wheel?
Game 4. Who's the wheel got?
Are they playing in Tampa Bay?
It's going to be the Avs.
Ooh.
Wheel says Avs game 4.
Let's see how good if the Avs win in Tampa Bay, then we need to really lean heavy on the wheel for football season. That's big. All right.
All right. Well, there you have it. We will be with you to end your week on a high note tomorrow. But make sure you enjoy your Thursday out there today. Order some merch, store.hardfactor.com. I got the new Fat Boy surf shirt on.
Great.
Yeah. Still not too late to order that Eagle shirt.
No, you can order it now, today, this week, now, right now, today, right now. And you can get it for 4th of July. But if you order it any later than the instant you hear this, you may not get it in time.
That's right.
Which is
and
fine.
you may not get it in time anyway.
You can wear it the rest of the summer.
That's right.
But also, once that window has passed,
fabulous.
the putter there on the Eagle tank, which is phenomenal for the 4th of July, you can also just switch back to the generic Fat Boy summer gear.
That's right.
Because it's good all summer long.
Summer
just
started.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. Spread the good word. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.
Sleep tight. Fucking
sleep tight.
Lil TJay is still trending #1.
Wow. I got to check out his tracks.